Round one, fight! Shoryuken! Shoryuken!
John here, guys, and today we're talking about micro brushless quads. This is a long-term update, or really a medium-term update to the UAV UR65 and the Snapper 7. Now, I had planned all along to make this an epic battle against each other to find out once and for all which one of these remains dominant. And I can tell you, I have to rescind my recommendations for both of these products, at least pull them back, because both of these have had motor failures after fairly light amount of use, and that is very disappointing indeed. Now, why do I think that is? Now, Banggood did send me a replacement motor for the UR65, but they did not send me one for the Snapper 7, and they said because 2 months time had elapsed from when I originally ordered it. Now, that is quite disappointing because, as you know, I'm flying and reviewing and talking about quite a large number of products here, and so I don't have time to fly these every day. So this had seen maybe 8 to 10 packs, probably about 12 or so on the UR65, because I had that one slightly longer. But it's just disappointing, guys, if you're not somebody that flies on these every day. And I will say that that replacement motor for this one took probably 4 to 5 weeks to arrive, so I never got to do the head-to-head back and forth comparison that I'd liked to do. But I do think that I found out what the culprit is, and it is because the motor wires on these things are made of aged belly button lint. I mean, they are just so incredibly weak that it just makes you want to cry. I mean, it's just completely terrible, guys. These motor wires are just the worst of the worst, and they will crumble right here under the belt. And that's what makes it even more difficult to diagnose, is that you don't really see that it's broken. But when I decided to kind of investigate what happened on one of the ones that went bad, you can see that they're just so thin and fragile. Those coils are wound. The windings are just so small, and any movement can really cause them to break and lose signal. And I think that's what's going on. That's very unfortunate, because I want to really love these. These are what I've been waiting for so long. And part of the reason that I wanted these for so long is because I wanted a tiny whoop that had actual power and that had brushless motor reliability, unlike brushed motors that are on the standard tiny whoops that run out in a finite number of cycles. But as it turns out, these are actually less reliable. So the power that I was desiring is there, but the reliability is not. Another note about the batteries that comes with the Snapper 7 is they start to get a little puffy. See that? I mean, and this is not seeing a ton of cycles. Here is a second one with a similarly nasty amount of puffy, squishy, gelatinous ishness. And that's also disappointing, guys. So yes, you can have either one of these at under $100, which is completely great and awesome and wonderful. But oh man, it just may be the next generation of these that we have to wait for that reliability to come. What a terrible oversight, and what high hopes I had for this. So technically this one is running. I ordered some 4-blade props for this, and I may have received them and I just misplaced them. I keep ordering too much stuff. So maybe I'll do a follow-up on that. I guess I'm gonna have to buy my own replacement motor for the Snapper 7. So if you do have either one of these and they are still running, be careful, very, very careful with the wires. And as you can see, neither one of these took enough hits to affect the frame at all. And the frames are, you know, I mean, they'll take a little bit of a hit, but I would not expect motors to be failing because they are so well protected on these frames. And so I wouldn't expect random motor failures to occur unless there was a crash significant enough to damage the frame itself, which did not happen. So that is extremely disappointing. So just be aware of both of these products when you're going to buy. I know I have stood back and said that they are the next best thing. Everyone is, even Kebab has bought and flown both of these things. So I was happy to kind of beat him to the punch. And I hope that maybe I just got a bad two, but when both of these failed in almost the exactly same way, it was disappointed. So what's going to be the replacement? I'm really looking hard at a couple of micros that are running like 1102, 1103 size motors. There is particularly one that's out by Max, who has been coming out with these tiny little things for the longest time. He's one of the best micro builders in the game, and I have high hopes. I'm trying to get him to send me one of his prototypes, but I haven't yet. So if you are a micro builder and you're building something that's comparable in size but maybe slightly more weight with better motors, better batteries, let me know. I'd love to try it out. I'd love to put it through my own custom home track and see how it fares compared to these. I never had this type of unreliability with 11XX size motors of any type. So keep that in mind. We'll see how these things evolve. These may be for sale sometime soon. Maybe I'll fix them both and just get them out. Actually, this one's still up and running pretty well. If you have had successes, if you've had failures, if you had frustrations, or just want to vent about anything in your life, please leave a comment below. Let me know what your issues are with either one of these or any other issues, and I'll be glad to dispense advice on any range of subjects. So thanks again, guys.